everybody. It's November 4th, it's 2011. Today I really want to talk about something that's been a lot on my mind quite a lot lately, because today it's been 1 year since I lost a very good friend of mine to he had pancreatic cancer. He was diagnosed with it in February of 2010, and as many of us know, if anybody's ever been affected with pancreatic cancer, or you know, by seeing other individuals who have it, or family members, or personally, if you've had it, the survival rate on it is known as the most deadliest cancer there is. That's all there is to it. The survival rates are just nil. But what I seen with my friend, and what come out also as a study 1 year ago today on pancreatic cancer, is once he was diagnosed and started the treatments, he got so sick, and it was so vivid. It's still so vivid in my memories, just how the progress of, they gave him 6 months to live, told him he had 6 months to live basically when he was diagnosed with it, and then he started taking all the treatments, the radiation, the chemo. They were throwing everything at it, but it just seemed like they were pouring gasoline on fire. Everything just got worse and kept getting worse, and it was a hard 6 months to sit there and watch somebody you love just decay to nothing and everything be taken away from them. Especially really hard when you believe there could be other remedies or things to provide relief from the chemo or the radiation, you know, to help that person. That's what makes it even harder, when you know there's something that can help them. And you watching them just, it's very hard. And I know I'm not the only one who has seen this or witnessed this. And maybe some people did the chemo and radiation with pancreatic cancer and got over it. If there is, I would like to hear from them. But from what we know, I mean, it's just the survival rate it's next to none using the traditional methods. And that's what's bothered me so much lately, because pancreatic cancer has been a lot in the news lately because somebody famous with it had it and just recently died. Steve Jobs, you know, the Apple owner and creator, the genius. But it seems like they went after him a little bit in the media, talking about how he didn't at first take the traditional route, and he did herbal remedies and flew all over the world, went in different places, tried different things, not necessarily wanted to just give in to the Western American medicine. And then they tried to make it like if he wouldn't have did that and did the regular traditional American way, he might still be here. Well, Steve Jobs was diagnosed with, from what we know, with pancreatic cancer in 2003, and he died just recently here in 2011, so he had the disease for over 8 years. For one, I think the man was a genius anyways for what all he has helped the world get to. That's my opinion. He's in the top, you know, 1 of 1%. He's way up there in imagining and putting stuff together. But really, when it comes to surviving with this disease, pancreatic cancer, he's up there too. Because you can't hardly find anybody who has been diagnosed with this disease and lived with it for 8 years. Now, I don't know all the herbal remedies and different things that Steve Jobs did. I know they've talked about it, but they're never clear about stuff on TV. I don't know what all he did, but I mean, it obviously did help, because 1 year seems like what when people are diagnosed with it, it's just, you're lucky to get a year. And my good friend, he got 7 months. And it was, I just feel we gotta, the study I mentioned earlier that come out 1 year ago today. I mean, today, it's been 1 year since my good friend died. And there was a study that came out the same day on pancreatic cancer. Some may say that's just coincidence. To me, I call it evidence. But anyways, they said pancreatic cancer, it's a growing disease that takes 17 to 20 years, is what this study was saying, to really get to the form of where human beings can diagnose it. So, I mean, if it's taken that long to get to that point where we're diagnosing it, and then when we're diagnosing it, the people only are living 6, 7 months, maybe a year with it after they do all the treatments, that just really, really, really makes me believe that there is another way. Not that there might be another way, there is another way. And it really boils down to, we have to change the way we're living. We have to change the way we eat. And then the final and most important ingredient is we have to change the way we're treating each other. People who wear white coats that are ripping people open and cutting them open and doing all this and sticking this here and experimenting with this here and doing this here, they're not necessarily treating their brothers and sisters kindly, are they? They got to put them asleep to do all these things. I don't know. Trust me, there's a lot of modern medicine miracles that have happened. Take for instance the little kid that Michael Jackson helped get a liver. They had to do cutting and do a liver implant and all that. I mean, that's amazing stuff right there. But there is some very, very dirty, evil things happening in our medical system today. Very evil. And it ain't necessarily the doctor's fault. It's, you've got to dig deeper. Who's really behind this? Who really is? What's going on? We're being persecuted. Our people are being killed. We're being destroyed. We got to stand up. We got to grow this army of love. We've got to teach people what's right. We got to teach people what's wrong. It's called dividing the word of truth. The words from God. We got to know the truth. We got to know what's destroying us. We got to know who our friend is, and we got to know who our enemy is. It's time we stand up. And we have to say no when our governments or doctors or whoever is trying to force and put things on us that go against the will of God. We have to say no. And when we say no to that, and we choose the straight and narrow, which is God's way, we will be rewarded. We will be. I just wanted to get some of this off my chest this morning. It's just, it's crazy, because time is flying by, and we only really get one chance at this thing. And it's now that we got to start rebuilding, remembering. We got to go back to how it's supposed to be and share the love, because love is the message. Love is what heals. Love is what will change the world. Thank you.